Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Raha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and the elect. All right, I'm Ari Zabak out of the GMS Dallas camp, and I'm going to entitle this lesson here, Stay Faithful and Do Not Slack. Okay? These prophecies that, man, I can't, stop watching the news. All right. What's happening, in the earth right now concerning these prophecies. It continues to build your faith. All right. Design, the return of our deliverer, for the elect's sake, man. Okay. Because, here in Babylon the Great, we catching hell. Matter of fact, let's grab that word, Babylon. Let me just get Revelation the 17th chapter, so I can grab that word. Okay, this is Revelation 17. I think it's at the bottom down here. Where is it? It says Mystery Babylon. Okay, here we go. This is verse 5 right here. Let's get that, because that's what's happening right now upon earth is confusion, you see. All right. When you pull that word up, Babylon, all right, in the Strong's G 897, okay, Babylon, it means confusion, okay? And that's what you see, in Babylon the Great here, which is AKA America, all right? And it's the revised Roman Empire, you see, all over again, all right, with the same, all right? And you have, laws where men can be with men. We go into Romans, the first chapter, okay? It speaks about these abominations, that Paul was writing, to the Israelite foreigners in Rome, man, okay? About, our people into those idolatries of these other heathen nations, man, okay? Especially, under Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, all right? You got women being with women, okay? People, changing their genitals, okay? Outside of what they were born with. You see, switching things up, becoming transformers, doing whatever the hell they want to do under the rulership of this wicked ruler, man. You see, this is nothing but confusion, okay? You have these wicked people that's over here that's stolen the land, then rewrite laws that they have X'd out, that they committed. Every law that they have for you, they didn't broke every one of those laws, whether it's stealing, killing, robbing, okay, raping. This place here, Babylon the Great, the spirit that's in this place, man, okay, it has to go. It has to be destroyed, you see? And this is why these prophecies must come to pass, okay? This is very prophetic that we stay in that spirit and be faithful. And the only way you're going to do that, is having that faith in Yahweh Shah, man, because he's the one we're waiting on for his return, okay? And if you're an Israelite and now you're thinking about it just a law, you in the wrong spirit. And that's why you have, our people, and I'm speaking only to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans who are the true Hebrew Israelites, because a lot of our people are in that spirit, they want to buy land, want to grow fruits and vegetables, which is nothing wrong with growing fruits and vegetables, but they doing it for a latter time as if this place is going to continue to go on. Okay. And it's not. All right. So those are people who are slacking, man. All right. meaning that you don't even believe that this is going to take place, these prophecies. All right. And Peter spoke about that. All right. So let's go ahead and grab that. And let's get 2 Peter, okay, chapter 3 and verse 9. All right. And it reads, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is not slack concerning his promise. Okay. And you can get those promises. Salakia, you can get those promises in Romans. Matter of fact, we can go ahead and go to it. Let's get that. We can get those promises in Romans, the 9th chapter, and we'll just get right to the point. This is Romans chapter 9, verse 4. Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and because we're Israelite foreigners, all right, in the glory, in the covenants, and the giving of the law, in the service of the Most High, and that's us being priests, okay, kings and priests, all right, and the promises, all right. You see, so those promises was given to a seed line, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, okay, and that promise is what we was created for, all right. You get that in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, verse I believe 23. Okay, we were created to be immortal, man. You see, but right now we're in these chains of darkness in our fallen state because we broke the covenants. Okay, and now that we've been adopted back into the fold, okay, we have to believe and stay faithful, man, and understand that these promises they aren't gonna slack, man. Okay, let's get some precepts. All right, this is 2 Peter again. Let's read verse 9 again, and it reads, the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness, okay, because they aren't really believers, man. And this really going to these Israelite camps and Israelites who know that they are Israelites, okay, because everybody know about the Hebrew Israelites. You see, it's not a secret anymore. The cat is out of the bag. You got people coming against the Hebrew Israelites now. And we're talking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. And it reads, as some men count slackness, but is long suffering to us ward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. And that's what this time is for, man. You see? And that's why it's not going to slack. Okay. And you're in the wrong spirit if you're trying to, build here and these are people who know that they are Hebrew Israelites. Okay. If you're in this truth and you know you're a Hebrew Israelite, you should know that this ain't the time to be trying to say, man, I want this big career and I want to end up being a lawyer or, I want to help our people out and I want to be this doctor, so forth and so on. Okay. Okay, having this American dream in Babylon the Great. All right. This place is going to be destroyed, man. Okay. And with having that mindset, we should be in the spirit of these prophecies, man. Okay. The testimony of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay. And what is that? Doing what Yahweh Shai commanded us to do, man. He set up leaders over us to preach the word, man, to guide us in the right direction. All right. Faithful leaders, man. Beautiful brothers. Okay. Beautiful teachers, apostles, bishops, and elders. Okay. And this is here at Great Millstone, 100% truth that goes out throughout the four corners of the earth, man. You see? Let's grab 1 Corinthians. Okay. The 7th chapter. And let's grab verse 29. And it reads, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. You see, it remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. Okay. So we shouldn't be in the spirit of, hey, man, I desire on this side, meaning that in Babylon the Great, okay, under this captivity, we want to get a godly woman, man. And that's just not going to happen, man. Okay. You know, if you do have a woman, somebody else done been with her. Okay. She done been around the block. You see, she's not yours, man. Okay. That's why Yahweh Shah said in these, the generation that he's coming back is going to be a wicked and adulterous generation, man. Okay. No one has not no one that I know of, and I can even speak for myself, that I know married a virgin and they still married, that's together, man. Maybe our forefathers, our ancestors, okay, credit to them, but, through captivity, man, when we was brought over here in the transatlantic slave trade, Esau Edom broke a lot of that up, and through his unrighteous decrees, okay, his laws legislated, breaking up the home, supporting the black woman, okay, to kick the man out the house by giving her benefits, welfare, all right. So these things has brought us to a lower state, man, okay. And the only way this can be fixed is through Yahweh Shai, you see. And it reads again, but this I say, brethren, the time is short, it remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. Okay. And again, there's nothing wrong if you got a woman, a wife, or whatever. You deal with her, righteously, okay, to the best of your ability, and know that, hey, man, this is not our place of rest. Okay. If you got kids by her, you have a family, all right, hey, our first work is Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shah, man. Okay. You can be the reason that you can lead your family into the kingdom. Okay. Lord willing, they are the chosen and the elect. Okay. But that's where your faith come in, man. You see? Verse 30, and it reads, and they that weep as though they wept not, and they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not. You see? So we shouldn't be in that spirit where we trying to invest in Babylon the Great. All right. If you got money in your 401k or wherever in your savings, cool. But that shouldn't be a focal point where you trying to lay treasures up, for the latter end of your life where you can, live comfortably. Okay. You see, the work we should be doing is, what Yahweh Shah commanded us to do. And that's teach the word so our people, can hear. Okay. This word got to go out. That's why the scripture said, and this gospel should be preached into all the world, and then the end shall come. Okay. And this is what we're waiting on. All right. Let's go back to, let's get Habakkuk. All right. Because this message was not only spoken about in the New Testament, it was spoken in the Old Testament. Okay. We're just going to get right to the point. And it reads in Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. All right. And it reads, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Okay. So that's the same thing that Peter is speaking, is quoting, man. It's not going to slack these prophecies. All right. We're in Jacob's trouble, man. Okay. Where, the enemy, Esau Edom, the so-called white man, he's coming hard on us Jakes, man. Okay. Things aren't going his way. He's trying to get Jake to, be emotional and want to come out there so they can have a reason to shoot us down, man. And then go in your homes and have a reason to take you out of your home, separate you and your family. They trying to do it all over again. Okay. But this is the trouble that was prophesied about that we was going to go through before Yahweh shall return. You see? But, the only way you're going to be protected in this through these prophecies is having faith in Yahweh Shah, man. Well, first of all, repenting, okay, and being converted and having faith in Yahweh Shah, man. Listening to the prophets, being obedient, Okay, keeping the commandments to the best of your ability. All right, listening to your leaders. Okay, these things are what's gonna get us through, man, through these times. Okay, that having that hedge of protection from Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You see, these are these prophecies. They're gonna come to pass. Okay, and this is for people who actually believe that they're gonna come to pass. Because a lot of camps, all they worried about is cutting the white man. All right, with the scriptures, nothing wrong with it. But that's not the spirit we should be in. Okay, it's going to have its time and its place. Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. Okay, there's a time for everything, and this time that we're in right now. Okay, our focal point is really you about to hear the same chapters pretty much over and over, because it's like a interscope locked in on a target, man. All right, we're there. We're going back, talking about other parts of the Bible on your leisure time. All right, maybe. But when we out there preaching, our people got to hear what our enemy is doing. Okay, you have to be warned. We got to be watching and feeding the sheep. You see, let's grab Matthew. Okay, let's get Matthew, the 24th chapter. All right, and verse 43. Okay, this is Matthew. Salakia. This is Matthew chapter 24. All right. In verse 43. And it reads, and this is Yahweh Shah speaking. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched. Okay. And this is part of believing in these prophecies. Okay, this is Yahweh Shai letting you know, if you're a believer, man. Okay, if you a hopeful chosen in the elect, all right, you're gonna be watching. Okay, but know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched and would not have suffered his house to be broken up. Okay, and that's the mindset that the elect is having, man, because we understand these prophecies is going to come to pass. And it reads verse 44, therefore be you also ready, for in such an hour as you think not, the Son of Man coming. And that's Yahweh Shai, man, because while you out here trying to build in the kingdom, trying to raise a family, man, you're going to forget, and now hell going to break loose. You ain't going to know what's going on. Okay, the famine of the word going to take place. You're going to be looking for answers. All right. Nuclear destruction getting ready to take place. You don't know what the crap is going on. They telling you won't be able to eat unless you got that RFID micro C-hip. You like, what's this going on? What's this about? All right. They separating your families with these ICE agents. Okay. Trying to bring in the military, martial law. All right. You don't know what's going on. Okay. That means you wasn't ready for when that hour came. All right. Luke 12. Let's get Luke 12 and 35. All right. This is Luke chapter 12 and verse 35. All right. And it reads, let your loins be girded about and your lights burning. Okay. And that's the spirit we should be in. All right. And this is where Yahweh Shai is likening us to be in readiness, man. Okay. We're ready to do the work. Okay. Because we're understanding his return is nigh. And we're going to get that. All right. And ye yourselves like unto men that wait for your Lord, their Lord, when he will return from the wedding, that when he cometh and knocketh, they may open unto him immediately. Okay. You see, we want to be ready, man, because that woman is Israel, man, and it's starting with the elect. Okay, waiting for the husbandman. You see, you want to make sure you clean, your hair done, and okay, preparation. All right. So when he come, he's pleased. All right. You don't want to be in a whorish, sinful estate, man. Okay. All worrying about yourself, okay? Trying to make it in Babylon the Great, knowing you're an Israelite, and then you just kept it moving like, well, all right, oh well, okay, we the Israelites. Well, let me still continue to build here and put on fringes. All right, that's not the spirit you want to be in when he come it and knock it. Okay. Last but not least, we're gonna close out with this. This is Mark chapter 13 and verse 20. All right. And it reads, Mark chapter 13 and verse 20. And except that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai had shortened those days. You hear that? And except that the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai had shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. Okay. So this is why you don't want to be caught slipping. All right. Because he's going to come like a thief in the night. Unexpected. And what? We have to be ye ready, man. We got this preparation time. All right. And it reads, but for the elect's sake, whom he had chosen, he had shortened the days. All right. And this is why the chosen and the elect, all right, they're going to be doing what thus said Yahweh, man. Okay. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. They're going to be in a spirit prophecy, man. Okay. They're going to be pushing Yahweh Shai. Okay. He's going to come back in the chariots. All right. The days are going to become evil. Okay. We're going to have to believe on him, separate ourselves from Babylon the Great. All right. We got to believe that he's going to feed us during the famine. All right. You see, that's preparation, man. Okay. And when he returned, you can get that in Matthew the 24th chapter around verse 30, 31. He coming to find faith on earth, man. And that's the elect, starting with the elect, okay, with the 144,000 and a great multitude. All right. So stay faithful and don't slack. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. And with that, I want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rahah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who have taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the chosen and the elect. Shalom.